What's Pac'n? We're back with another episode of What's Pac'n. First off, thanks for listening, everybody. It's a pleasure that you tuned in and took some time out of your day to listen about my day. We are here with my co-host. I'm so excited to introduce her, the one and only Dana Marie Denapoli.
What's up?
What's going on,
How
girlie?
are you?
I'm so happy to have you on the show.
I know. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
Kidding
So
me?
just a little background on the show. We're doing some co-anchors. You're going to see these people. Dana is my first one. She is incredible. She's going to be leading a lot of episodes, and hopefully in the future you guys will be tuning in and listening to what she has to say. She has a lot of content, a lot of things to say, and it's going to be good. So first, what's your story, Dana?
Oh my God.
Introduce yourself. Let the fans know. Who is Dana Denapoli?
All right. Let's see how I can start this out. So, let's see. Grew up together. I mean, Pac'n my whole life.
Both Pac'n alums.
Yeah.
I'm a couple years older. I'm 2 years older. Two
Yeah.
years older. A couple years older. You graduated with my little brother.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mr.
my little
Cole.
brother Cole. Love him. He's an angel.
Yeah, dude.
Great
so
guy.
been here my whole life. I guess finding my way right now.
Yeah.
Through fitness, through
Through everything. Man.
everything.
The quarantine. I tell you what, quarantine was a big setback. Was a big restart for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It was a big put everything on pause and see where you're going in life.
Exactly. No, it was big. It was a huge. I don't know. It was just a weird time. And it's hard to accept what's going on in life now.
Exactly. Like we were saying, life gets hard.
Yeah.
You got to find the silver lining and the joy in it. Mm-hmm. So hopefully you can tune in and get some joy out of what Dana has to say. Yeah. And we're going to go from there. So Dana, if you don't know, Dana is a Peloton rider. She is unbelievable with her fitness, her diet. She trains Glover Texera. Little shout out in Danbury.
I know.
Old Glover, he's still fighting.
UFC light heavyweight.
Yeah, light
still
heavyweight
fighting.
division.
I think he's like 37, 38.
Yeah,
he's still going strong. Has a fight in September.
Run a couple years ago.
Hell yeah. He's still fighting. I feel like he'll still want to do it.
Yeah, he's a massive guy.
Massive.
So what's that like, training with him?
In the beginning, it was freaking weird because I didn't even know who he was. I was like, Glover Teixeira, I was like 16, 17. I guess I really was graduating, and my mom was like, you gotta. I was a baby. I was a cheerleader.
No offense, but a girl getting into MMA at 16.
No, yeah.
This is 5-6 years ago. That was still Ronda Rousey just started.
She just started.
Did you get any? Did that spark anything inside you?
No.
None of that.
I'm telling you, I went into MMA for therapy.
Really?
It was my I just wanted to hit something.
That is so important.
And
let me tell you.
my mom
that
was
really is getting it out, though.
Yeah.
You got to get it out.
No, so my mom was like, well, if you don't want to go to a therapist, what are you going to do? My dad was like, oh, let her do kickboxing. And I was like, the heck? I'm a cheerleader. I don't even know how to punch something,
Right.
So I went with my dad one day to a class, and I swear I fell in love. I just loved it. I started going every day after school.
That's
and
it, man.
I ended up,
having a hobby. You know what? We get so bogged down with work, and we have to better ourselves and that, but we got to take time to find passions and hobbies.
Exactly.
Because life goes by quick, and if you don't enjoy it, what's the point of being in it?
Exactly.
You got to enjoy this thing called life. And I tell you what, I'm so happy that you find enjoyment in that, and that you love it, and you're still pursuing it.
It's crazy because when I first started, I wasn't even. It was just, I guess, the beginning of my fitness journey, and I was like, what do I even want to do with this? I really wanted to do bikini competitions. I went there and I told him, I was like, I'm talking to this UFC fighter. I'm like, hey, can you make me a bikini model?
We have another co-host for that type of show.
And, and he was like, a bikini model, and I was like, yeah. And he's like, I'm talking to a UFC guy. He's looking at me like my 16-year-old self. I could see myself walking in there with my hot pink workout clothes on. He's like, Dan, what did you bring? Is this your daughter? Really?
Yeah.
But yeah,
a cheerleader bikini model that turned out to be Bruce Lee.
So yeah, so he was like, okay, I'll get you in shape. I'll teach you boxing and stuff. I don't know if I can train you for a bikini. And I was like, okay. So I was like, so let me do WWE. And he was like,
oh, wow.
Oh, he thought about it. And at the time, his gym, they had just opened, American Top Team was right next door.
Yep.
So he was like, okay. So he actually brought someone in, and it was one training session that I had with this guy. And I'm trying to think.
How long ago was this?
I was 17, 18.
So yeah. Wow. So you're talking 5-6 years ago.
No, yeah.
Right out of high school. No, still in high school. You're still in high school.
I just graduated. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I like trained with this guy for like one day,
Yep.
but I couldn't act for shit.
Really? So the WWE.
he's like,
but that wasn't. You know what? You tried it.
You know
though.
what?
The
I
WWE
gave it
thing.
a training like one day, and I just like, you know, Glover and me are trying to do skits, and he's coming in my face, and I have a video of it. It's actually great.
Yeah, we gotta
and
get that.
He's coming in my face like.
Yeah, Mike, right? We gotta get that video. Oh yeah, Mike's shaking his head. He loves that.
He's like screaming at me. Cody's there like recording this, and he's like, "Oh, I want to see what Dana does," and I'm just looking at Glover like trying to like act, and I go.
Yeah.
Like I started dying laughing, and he's like, "Yeah, this isn't for you." And I was like, "What am I gonna do? You don't want to train me bikini. I can't do WWE." So he was like, "You know what? Just start training to fight."
Start training to fight.
Now
Why not?
you're talking. Okay, so Glover has a fight team, all professional amateur
Yep.
fighters on it.
By the way, where is it? It's in Danbury, right?
Okay, so it's now off exit 6.
Exit 6?
I want to say going towards Bethel. So
near
brand new
Bethel.
location.
What's the name of Glover's team over there?
So like his gym team.
Yeah.
So it's Teixeira MMA.
Shout out to Teixeira MMA
No, yeah.
in Danbury.
So
if give him a follow, watch his fights.
Yeah.
The guy is incredible.
Has one
Knockout
coming
power
up
off
in
the
September.
charts. Oh yeah, he's a
So-
fun fight to watch. Let me tell you. When you see him on the bill, he's a main card guy. He's serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was like, you know what? Just start training like the fighters.
Why not?
So I was
Why
like,
not?
I graduated high school. I was living with my dad once I graduated because I was like, you know what? Like, let me get a different, like, change of scenery. And my dad was living in Danbury, so it was convenient.
Yeah.
So yeah, he invited me to the fight team, and from there I just.
You've been there since.
Yeah.
Been there since. So what have you been training when you go there? You doing a lot of ground? You doing a lot of stand up?
So I was there. So when you're part of the fight team, you train twice a day. You're off every Wednesday and Sunday.
Yep.
But it's like a fucking commitment.
Oh man, it is.
So when I was 8,
grueling.
it was like,
it is.
oh yeah.
Oh man,
and it was grueling for me because I'm like training with guys that are like over 160 pounds and like hitting me with all their hard knocks because Glover's like, you want to fight? Like you're gonna train with the baddest.
That's like GSP.
No, yeah.
GSP used to train with what did he fight at, Mike? He fighted at welterweight. He was like a $150, $160. Right? Yeah, GSP? In between there somewhere? Yeah. And he would wrestle. I heard some wild stories about this guy. He would wrestle with Canadians and Russian guys that were 220, 230,
You know what? It's so funny you say that. I think he had me training with the guys because when I went up with the chicks, it was like one shot, that's it. Like it was really like, it was good for me because it's like.
You are so used to being in such higher
it was a different elite type of training.
Yeah. It's like when you get into it, then it's easy.
Yep. So I went to like a stupid college around there during the training just because I told my dad, fine, I'll go to school. I did like I was there for like 2 months, and I was like walking to training from college.
I tell you what, college wasn't for me. I didn't do college.
Me either.
You know, Mike, he did film school, but college isn't for everybody. Let me say that right now. We put a lot of pressure on everyone trying to get out there and fit some sort of mold that we all have this idea on. Let me tell you something. If you don't have to take on the debt, student loans are a real thing. These are real payments that go 30 years. It's a mortgage.
And that drain your
It really
accounts.
is.
Yeah.
If you don't have passion for what you're going to school for, please. Just take a step back. It's okay to take a step back.
Listen,
it's okay to put a pause on life and figure it out. It is. It's all right.
Definitely.
A lot of kids nowadays,
I realized it wasn't for me, and so I stuck with the training, and I was there for I want to say it was until I turned 21.
Yeah.
I was training till then. Did a couple tournaments, got linked up with like the wrong guy, and he made me stop.
Wow.
And he was like, you know what? Like I think it was more of like seeing that like how close I was with Glover. He was just like, and Glover's like my father. Like he really is a father to me.
Yeah.
So it was hard for me to leave, but I think I was just listening to a second voice and.
That, we say, Mike, what do we say, man? Opinions are like assholes, man. Everyone has one and they all stink, right? Now, that applies to some situations. I bring it up. I had a football coach that told me when I was a little kid, man. Shout out to Coach Kronk and the public storage facility over there across the street. He's running that place. And really, everyone has an opinion on everyone else's shit. But let me tell you something. If you live in glass houses, don't throw stones. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
You keep your own
house
in order before you start fucking with someone else.
It's so true. And
so you and this guy link up. Now, little side question, a little curiosity on myself, right?
Go for it.
How was it getting punched?
I loved it.
Really? Because I tell you what,
it's
that's
terrible.
The biggest thing. That's the fight or flight. Like that's the fight or flight.
For me, like, and I was doing more wrestling tournaments, so it's like real, like, punching stuff was all through training.
Yep.
And I could never get girls that would want to link up and like train with me because they're like, this girl's psycho.
I was
like,
say,
who's your coach?
Is that hard?
Like,
is that hard to find other girls that are in this?
I have to tell you, yes and no. Like some of the girls are just like I was just training so different, and like I really wasn't ready. Like, okay, as much as it seems like, okay, I was on a fight team, like I was like a freaking pig, and they were all like stallions in this thing.
There's
and
a lot that goes into it. It's a big mental commitment.
Oh yeah, it's a huge mental commitment.
But you got to get that, swallow that pride, get in that ring, and listen.
Yeah.
You need to wake up and realize that day you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Oh, absolutely.
Like every day you're waking up, you're going, my ass is gonna get fucking handed to me today.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again. Like it's. People see that 30-second clip at the end of a fight where that guy's going nuts in that ring celebrating. You know why? Because every day for 6 months his ass was kicked.
And then like an hour later he's like crying in the shower.
Exactly.
Like, shit.
Exactly. I was just gonna. How's the post fight after all the shit? The dust settles and you're by yourself. You got your shower going. How does that post fight scenario go?
So I cried every single day. Every day I cried driving to training and leaving training.
Really?
No, I shit you not, every day. The only day I didn't cry were on Fridays.
But you still went.
I still went because I was so committed to Glover's team. I was so committed to do this. Like I wanted to be in the UFC.
Yeah.
And you know, when you, I mean, maybe it's just me, but when I want to do something, like I've put my whole heart into it.
I
like
agree.
that's just how I am.
I agree. As you know, Dana, I've been involved in quite a number of companies, and it's a full on job. My last one I created during quarantine is the Germ Sleeve. So me and my family, we invented
Genius.
this. Thank you. I tell you what, the recognition that we've been getting from this. When you have an idea, that's all we had was an idea, right? So me and my family created this product. It's a shopping cart handle protector. It goes on every shopping cart handle, and it prevents the spread of germs from the shopping cart to the consumer. Handles and shopping carts, you won't believe what's on these things.
Oh, it's
Mike,
disgusting.
you know. You won't believe what's on these things.
Oh, I know. I put a lot of shit on those.
So they test positive for fecal matter, viruses, flus, you name it is on those things, okay? You don't know where those carts been, you don't know who's been touching those carts. So I provide a little safety thing. It's called the Germ Sleeve. Check us out. We're on Instagram. We have a website. We're launching new product, innovations on it, and you can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it off the website. It's a great product. I am proud of it, and we're only moving forward with it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Mike has one.
I need to get one.
Mike has one. Yeah.
I need to get one.
We have a whole order. We have a new order coming in now. We launched it, and we sold that inventory within like an hour.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I didn't expect anybody to even buy this fucking thing. I was like, who's gonna buy this thing?
We should like pitch a table like Girl Scouts and be in the front of the grocery store. It's like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
you really want to get this on your hand?
I tell you what, when you have an idea like that, when you're passionate about something, you don't want anybody to give their opinion on it, because then it ruins it inside. You know,
Exactly.
you're nervous about it. So I launched. I was
Exactly.
nervous. I was like, oh man, I hope this goes over well. And it did, and I'm so proud, and I'm so happy, and I'm so grateful that it really did. And everyone, stick by. If you ordered your sleeves, I know some of them are back order. You're going to be getting them soon. We got big shipments coming in, big things moving. You're going to be seeing them all over the place soon enough. And thank you for the support on the Germ Sleeve. But it's chasing your dreams.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it really is. I'm chasing mine. You're chasing yours, and that's what this whole thing is about.
And it all comes with sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Oh,
like
it
I
is.
learned so much just about that, and like from the beginning, Glover was like, the day you tell me you don't want to train and fight is the day he'll be different with me, because he was hard. He was hard on me, but he's a coach. Yeah. And it's crazy because he's straight from Brazil. Like he's very much like to the T
He's
with
to the T.
everything. So it was hard for me to train a lot of the times and not be sad, not like have all these emotions, because it's like, I love you outside of training, but when we're training, you're an asshole. So it was hard, but I did it. And when I stopped, it was even harder. Because I'll never forget the day I told him I didn't want to train.
Really?
And it was like.
So that day came.
That day came.
You don't train anymore.
So I don't train anymore. I train my own stuff. I go to his gym when I can.
When
right
you can.
now.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. You also had a job going on the whole time.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you were a nurse.
No, okay.
Still, I mean, what's where you
Let
at
me
right
explain
now with
all that.
especially
Yeah,
when the
so-
pandemic. I mean, you were in the heart of it.
So not a registered nurse yet.
Yep.
Going to college for it, but I absolutely don't think I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Because of just everything,
pandemic.
that just happened.
It's a hard
I realized,
job.
I love helping people. I don't know, that's just what
Let me just say, big shout out to all the frontline workers for this whole
Absolutely.
thing. These people
Absolutely.
sacrifice everything. They don't get a lot of credit. Let me tell you something. Essential. These people, you can look up to anybody you want to. Everyone has role models. Everyone. Look up to the people that do the right thing. And when I always say do the right thing all the time, there's people that are volunteer and do this.
Yeah.
I mean, they take time. They have their own lives.
There's doctors coming out of retirement.
Coming out of retirement
people are,
to help people.
yeah.
Just think about that. Would you, wherever you are, stop what you're doing in your life. Mike's shaking his head. He's like, absolutely not. To go into an area, a fire, a hospital.
It's unknown.
Somewhere,
It's so,
unknown.
you know, this is,
You're
I feel like
venturing into
that
the
was this
unknown
whole
every
thing.
day at
Like,
work.
nobody had any idea what was going on.
Yep.
And so I'm a nurse tech at White Plains Hospital.
Yep.
On a step down floor. So it's, you know, it's crazy.
Yep.
I saw a lot. I started working there last September, and I purposely got the job there, and you know, right away applied to nursing school because I wanted.
Great hospital. I'm a Caremat medical guy myself. Yeah, I am. Shout out to oh man, who's my doctor now? I'm forgetting his name. I don't know if I can use his name. Can I use his name? Yeah.
I have a great doctor.
Shout out to Tom Burnett. Guy is incredible. If anyone knows him, he's so.
I told you he was fucking Burnett.
Mike puts all my appointments.
Please. For a while, I was still using my pediatrician, and then I'm like, damn, I gotta use a real doctor.
Yeah,
like, oh my god. Shout out to Dr.
Everyone hit that
Pac'n.
stage, right?
That's like the real deal right there.
Yeah, I know. So
I got an Asian.
you got it. Oh, so you were good right off the bat. Yeah, you were good. You were loving it. Well, I know you were happy from your porn history. I saw that on the work desktop also. Yeah, way to delete the cookies, Mike. But so you were down in Northern Westchester.
White Plains Hospital.
Sorry,
no, it's fine. I loved it. Like, I purposely got the job and was doing the schooling just so I can see everything and see if this is what I wanted to do.
Yep.
So what do you know? The freaking craziest time in history happens when I'm looking at all this, and like my best friend just became a nurse, Teresa.
Yep.
You know, so I was getting sides from her. I was there every day.
Oh, T. How is T doing with her stuff?
Oh, she's good.
She's good.
Can't complain.
We got to have T on. Get a little nurse inside.
Some sugar and milk.
Some sugar and milk action. Little sweet.
No. She's doing great.
She's doing great. That's great.
So
you're down there.
I'm down there, and honestly, I think it was, you know, we had no choice. Like, you know, that's the thing about, you know, being in healthcare. Like, this was
stepping up,
our
taking
moment
responsibility.
to.
Let me tell you something. A lot of people, they duck that when you have to. There's things in life that people have to do. Okay, and a lot of people try anything they can to get out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people call out of work sick? You know. Oh yeah, dude, I got the Irish flu, right, Mike?
Oh yeah.
I got the Irish flu.
I've never missed work because of the Irish flu.
And he's Irish.
Oh, are you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love corned beef and cabbage.
Oh.
Although I heard people,
doesn't even eat. Oh yeah.
It's not Irish.
Why is corned beef and cabbage not Irish?
It's like an American thing, right?
The thing was, when immigrants from Ireland came to America early on, like during the Depression and shit, corned beef was the cheapest meat you can get.
It was cheap, right?
So they would eat
Typical
that.
American.
Yeah.
Back
in Ireland?
It's unheard of.
Oh God.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
See, I think I'm the.
An Italian family's house.
I tell you, this guy is a thesaurus of knowledge.
So wait,
he knows everything about nothing.
So I'm guessing mustard on the corned beef isn't a thing either, right? Oh God, I do it all the time.
I know. How can you not eat
How
corned
can you
beef that
not?
much?
Yeah.
You go to Cat's Deli? You ever been down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cat's Deli?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. You ever been to Cat's Deli?
What is
Oh man, Cat's. We gotta.
I mean, I really don't go to delis. I like.
So Cat's Deli down in where Manhattan? Where?
I forget exactly.
Is it downtown?
Yeah.
No.
And then I think even better than Katz's is Second Avenue Deli.
I've never been to Second Avenue.
Wait, are we talking about that like big sandwich
They do
that's
big
like $22?
pastrami,
Oh, I
corned
saw that on
beef,
Facebook.
Rubens. Oh
I was
my
just
God.
telling
They've
G,
been
I
there
was like,
forever.
that sandwich looks
Forever.
awesome.
They've been there since most wore short pants, man. They've been there forever. And they bang. I mean, they go through incredible.
I mean, I can eat
incredible-
corned beef and cabbage once a week.
The pastrami, yeah, I've had the pastrami and I've had the corned beef. Let me tell you, it's worth
Amazing.
the wait.
When you're waiting online, they give us free samples.
Yeah, it's worth the wait.
So you like get full before you like spend $50 on a freaking cold cut
the line
sandwich.
is so long.
No,
It's crazy. Trying to get a sandwich.
You gotta get there like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
It's like Jones Beach time. You got to get there.
Oh
get
my
your
God.
pastrami sandwich.
All for a pastrami sandwich. I tell you, but it's worth the wait. It's worth the wait. It's like halal guys. It's like halal guys, you know.
Oh, I've never had that either.
Oh, you never had halal?
Let me tell you,
Oh,
it's so crazy because people are like, oh, you try this, you eat this. Like, I'm starting to branch out there and try different things because for a while I was like eating like rocks and sticks.
Yeah,
like,
well, I was just gonna say, how's your diet going?
Oh God, I love my diet.
You're still doing. You're still doing.
I still do it.
You're weighing the food
all the time.
Yep, you're gramming out.
I weigh the food like crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's so good because you weigh the food
What's your intake
and
right now, protein wise?
So I eat protein with every meal.
Every meal.
My
Gotcha.
only meal, I think I don't eat protein. No, I can't even say that.
So
I eat protein with every meal.
Every meal.
So
What's your opinion on the dairy? I hear people say dairy's good. I hear other guys say dairy's bad.
So
what's your opinion on that? Where do you stand? This is crazy, right?
This is
2020. What's your stance on dairy?
Let me tell you, I think I diagnosed myself being, what is it called, lactose intolerant.
Oh, you're one of those.
I'm one of those. I'm one of those moms who are like, oh no, I'm not eating this anymore.
You're dying of 9 different things because Google said so.
I never liked milk to begin with. I never was a cheese person at all.
Yep.
So I've never, it makes me feel like shit.
I gotcha.
Like, I'll bloat from dairy. I'll just like feel like terrible. And I have very sensitive skin. And I was like, you know what? Like, let me cut dairy out. I tried cutting a lot of things out. Like, I'm so particular with my diet, but I'm so simple. Like, that's the thing. It's not, you're not going to ever see me make like
Keep
a freaking.
Keep it simple, stupid, man.
Yeah,
Keep
seriously.
it simple, stupid.
Like,
I tell you what, my biggest thing is like, I like it clean. I like clean stuff. And it doesn't have to be sauté, all this stuff. People get crazy when they're cooking. If you cook it right, there's nothing better than a nice medium rare steak.
Yeah.
If you can get me a nice steak the way I like it cooked, it doesn't have to be dry rubbed.
And butter.
Exactly. If it's cooked right, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
That's my opinion on it. You know what I'm saying?
No. Listen, I get that. But
I've been bouncing around with my diet myself, and I've been going non-dairy. I've been doing some dairy. I've been doing some proteins. I was doing 1 protein a day, okay, and then I was eating like greens. I was eating like a rabbit.
Yeah.
I went from 202 down to 175, and now I'm trying to change my diet back up. That's why I'm asking, because I want to know. I'm trying to get back up to 202.
Yeah.
But little different look.
So,
202 without the without the freshly squeezed Americans.
So
right, Mike?
There's like a huge misconception in fitness, and like that's what I've realized because I've been doing it for so freaking long. Like, you can't work out and expect results. Like, that's the thing.
Diet's huge. Diet's huge.
It is like the second. It's right behind working out. Yeah. Like, if you have a great diet, you can have a great diet and not work out and have a six pack. And nobody believes it. I'm telling you.
Let me tell you, yo, because I'm in that gym before quarantine and even during quarantine now. I get creative, man. I'm working out. You'll see me at Lakeview Elementary School like 7:45 in the morning. Yo, I'm out there doing. I look like a prisoner. Dude, I look like a prisoner. I'm all tatted, no shirt. People are walking the dogs like, what's this guy doing squats and everything else on the jungle gym.
That's how I feel like people.
You got the nice haircut.
I got the nice haircut, so it changes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I'm trying to do everything I can to stay busy, stay active in this time, because the gyms are still shut down. It's driving me crazy.
You know what's crazy? So I started the nursing school in January, and I quit the gym for it. And we got the Peloton at the house.
Yeah.
So, which shout out to Peloton, I love.
Shout out to Georgie.
Oh my God, shout out to Georgie. Yeah, my G.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because I was like, you know what? I'm working. I'm going to nursing school. Like, my fitness is gonna be at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quit the gym, and then a month later, all gyms in the world closed, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not the only one." Thank God.
A little ahead of the curve on that one.
I actually was like, "Damn!" I'm saving money.
You should have told me the game plan. You know, I mean, she already knew. She had the inside scoop.
I couldn't even believe it. So I just been cycling, and I never liked cycling. You know, Glover, he started riding the bike, and I was like,
cycling. I got into biking. Okay, so during the quarantine, like we said, there's nothing to do. Okay, so me and the ex, we were biking around Montauk. I took a little hiatus. I went out there for a month.
Nice, and you got right?
My family has a place out there, and I love it. It's my home away from home.
Yeah.
So I go out there for a month in May, and I got into biking. I was biking around the neighborhood and everything. And I felt great. We were moving. And you know what the crazy thing is about this whole quarantine, right? There's some things that you realize. Toilet paper is a necessity. God. Crazy. The price of toilet paper. Toilet paper was worth more than oil. Who thought that was going to be a thing?
I was at Acme yesterday, and I'm like looking at prices.
Beer's a necessity. Beer's a necessity.
Liquor owners did good.
Bikes. You cannot get a bike. There's a national bike shortage.
You know,
who would have thought fucking
listen
bicycles?
To this. So G and me called so many places because he wanted to get a mountain bike.
Yeah,
and he was like, you know, he started working out.
Yep.
I feel like I motivated him, but he's like, no, I did it myself.
Good,
because he never worked out. It's freaking George. Like, what do you know?
Let him go. But I tell you, everyone got to start somewhere.
Dude, so we both, cycle on the Peloton, and we wanted to get a bike. Nowhere had bikes. We called one place all the way in like Bridgeport, and they were like, we're only doing orders that will come in 2 months. And I'm like, 2 months.
And then if you find a bike, they're asking like 80-90% markups.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I walked in one bike store right on the other side of the river in Rockland. This guy told me before I walked into the place, he goes, I have nothing less than $1,000. I was like, you got to be kidding me for a bike? He's like, nothing in my
This is
store
when I
less
wish
than $1,000.
Toys R Us was open. That's where I got all my bikes.
Yeah, right? Dick's
Yeah.
right there. They look like oh my God, the employees at Dick's. Let me tell you, they look like they're shell shocked. I walked in there, the guy, I was like, hey buddy, you got a bike? I was like, what?
You want dumbbells too?
He's like, no, we don't have no bikes, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like, I put together 30 of them and I had 40 of them sold. I'm like, there you go.
I'm telling you.
It's one of those situations.
It's crazy. So we couldn't find anything, and it was just like 2 weeks ago he just bought the treadmill. So we have the Peloton treadmill coming, which is called Peloton Tread.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I found a guy, Crimson Cycles in Boston. I ordered a bike from him back in first week of June. I should be getting it maybe by Christmas. Yeah. So hopefully I'll see you on the street by Christmas.
Gee, you know what?
It's gonna be a little chilly out there now.
It's gonna take it's actually.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho. Yep, that's it, man. I tell you what. So I'm excited to go out there riding. You love it.
I love it.
You
I always hated cycling. Like I was a huge weightlifting person. Like when
Me
I left
too.
Clover's gym, like I was really just training in the weight gym for like a long time.
Going to cardio is different. I mean, people are like, let me say something. You can work out. There's so many ways of exercise.
Oh yeah.
There's so many ways. There's the right way, the wrong way, and your way.
But that's the most important.
That's the most important.
Because I don't care what workout you're doing.
Yep.
Like you need
It
to
has
find
to
what
work
works for you.
Yep.
And I'm training a couple of people right now, working on my like certifications.
Good.
Want to open up a fitness thing soon.
Shoot a little DM. Maybe you can get some health tips from Dana. She's friendly. She'll talk.
No,
to you.
yeah, of course.
She responds.
But it's so interesting because they're all like, oh, I want to do that. They all have like the same what they want to look like, and I'm like, I tell them from the beginning, I'm gonna give you what I do.
Yeah.
You change it up to what works for you.
What works for you? That's the biggest thing.
And
that really is. Because I tell you what, people's bodies are all different. My little brother, man, I love him to death. He had a lot of surgeries so far. He went through 2 ACL surgeries. His shoulder's bad. That's going to be another one coming soon. And all from football. He did a lot. I mean, he played. He was quite an athlete.
Yeah.
And now he can't do a pull-up. His labrum is torn. He can't do a pull-up. Stuff like that. He still works out. Push-ups, stuff like that.
Right.
And dude, this kid. Ask Mike. I mean, he's here every day at the yard swinging 90-pound bags of cement around. This kid will move 1,000 pounds of cement.
I always
like
looked at
nobody's
Cole.
business.
I was like, man, you should do WWE together, dude. You would be the perfect partner.
Yep.
Like you'd
He's
be like
a
Thor.
mountain.
Fucking hair.
Oh my
The
god.
hair.
Oh,
He's a
please.
mountain.
I'll never forget.
He's
I think it was prom, and he had it like blown out. I was like, damn.
Big
My hair
Coley,
looks terrible. And
Big
I spent like
Coley.
$300 on it. And Cole was like, yeah, I did it myself. I was like, you what? Like,
He's got the locks.
How?
He's got the
Oh
locks
my
and he
God.
rocks them. He
It's
rocks
beautiful.
the locks. It's beautiful.
He could do
it's
like
amazing.
a Pantene commercial.
Oh, he
Redken.
could.
He could go top line.
Let me tell you, if I get him on here, I'm not getting him on here until I have a shampoo sponsor, okay? He's doing head and Shoulders. If you're listening, I have your next Clay Matthews.
Oh my God.
Really,
he should be a hair model.
Yeah, he should.
I mean,
he really should. And we're talking about Cole. How's Cody?
Oh my God, he's in the Air Force.
Dana's brother is Cody. He's in the Air Force.
Cody
Great
Denapoli.
guy. Me and him graduated together.
Yeah.
Great dude.
Yep.
Great dude. How's he doing?
I miss him. I miss him every day. It was hard when he told me
where's
he wanted
stationed right now?
Oklahoma City.
Wow.
He bought his own house there.
Wow. Congratulations to him, man.
Yeah,
really good for
he's
him.
doing big things. I was like, great. Like you bought your own house. I'm still riding a Peloton. Like But I'm happy for him. He's
right. Thanksgiving's always okay. Well,
so
of
he's
course,
a fighter
Cody.
pilot.
We know how great you're all doing.
Yeah.
Right?
So he works with all the fighter pilots. He loves it, dude. He's like, it was crazy because he was gonna do medical school.
I was gonna say
he was in pre-med.
What is he actually doing in the Air Force? I know he's in the Air Force, but what is he? What is he?
You know what's crazy? Every time I ask him, he has a different story. So I feel like he's just fucking with me. I'm like, you must be watching me every day. He's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, and then like the next day he's like, no, I'm doing this, and then like for a while he was like telling me he wanted to try out for Top Gun.
Wow.
And I was like, Georgie's like, go for it, Maverick.
Wow.
Like,
yeah.
oh my God. He like,
yeah.
and I was like, what do you mean? Like, you just want to be a doctor. And
Good
now,
for him.
But he just felt like, I guess, college is tough, especially pre-med. Like, that route, I was.
Well, he was always a smart guy.
Oh, yeah.
Smart guy.
Genius.
Smart
I don't know what the hell
Good
happened to
looking
me.
dude. I mean, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
He, run into it, moved down there.
How's Nina doing?
Little Nina Benina.
How's Nina Benina?
My Alabama
She's
sweetheart.
the Alabama queen of Southern Belle.
Oh my God. She's living the life.
She's
I'm
living.
happy. You know what? Out of all of us, I'm happy she went all the way down there.
All the way down there to get away.
Yep.
Get away.
She
get
got
a little
away.
culture.
She
a little.
did
How you doing?
everything I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy she was able to do it.
Good. Good. I'm glad. I tell you what. Every
know.
time I speak to her, she's excited. She's having
unbelievable.
Fun. She's having fun. That's
She reminds me so much of myself, but in every single opposite way, but in good ways.
All the good ways, right?
Like all the good ways.
Well, she's the baby.
She's the baby.
The baby's all. I mean, Nicole's the baby. The baby's
I'm the middle.
always the one that just
She has more friends than me.
They're the little.
She's friends with all my friends.
They're the ones that get to watch the other ones mess up, and then they kind of find their path.
You know, and it's so funny you say that because she's gonna hate that I'm talking about this. She just broke up with her first boyfriend.
Oh man, the first breakup.
First one.
That's always the worst.
And you know what she said to me?
She
said,
the first one's the roughest because you don't know how to act.
Well, she told me from the beginning. She's like, I won't date because of you. She was like, I see what you go through, and I was like, she's like, fuck that.
Well, I tell you what, I think my brother he's a relationship guy. Him and his girlfriend have been in a relationship for a while. He will not date because of me. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm good with my relationship. I see what you go through, and I'm good. He's like, I got my thing. I'm safe. Everything's good. I'm comfortable.
Relationships
you go fuck around.
Scary.
I'm like,
like they could be
they
scary.
Are scary. I tell you what, you have to
God.
trust people. It's crazy. Letting people in, letting people trust it. See, you know what the thing is? Nobody's perfect, and it's the imperfections that make it perfect.
Exactly.
But everyone has their own little idiosyncrasies, you know, their own little imperfections. And then when you let somebody in to see those imperfections,
absolutely,
it's scary.
And when they know them, and when they hold them against you and use them for that, I'm like, no, I know. Oh my God. It's crazy.
It's crazy. But then you get to see some other people's imperfections too.
Oh, yeah.
You're
and then you're like, I'm not the only fucked up one around here. Like,
yeah. And then I'm like, oh man, dude, I don't know how this one's gonna work. You know? Oh, I can see how this is gonna go. You know, you get that. Oh shit. Okay.
Literally.
Yep. So he, Cody's doing well. Nina's doing well.
Doing good.
How's everything with G?
G.
By the way, G, great guy. Dana's boo. He's
boo.
He's the man. He's a good dude, man. I've known him for a while.
You know, it's so crazy. I met him going to the Davis's annual
That's how
party.
Everything starts. That's how
I was like 13.
Story,
I was like, "Who's that?" He's like, "It's my uncle."
Everyone has a story that starts there.
No,
everyone has one.
He was like, Brandon's like, "No, Dana, he's way too old for you." I was like 13, like walking around thinking I knew my shit.
That's another thing too. Me and you both, we have very similar dating history and stuff like that. We date older.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
It's where the heart is. You know, I can't even. Age doesn't matter.
No.
Like I don't care how old you are. You got it. You got it.
It's where you're at, and timing's everything. Where you're at in life, who you vibe with.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Some people will have different experiences. I know some people that are 50 years old that are more mature than 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
You know, it's crazy because I think my whole life. So, one high school sweetheart. Kept it at that same age as me, but learned everything through it.
Learned a lot.
And then it's like, you know, your second relationship, you either get the fucking good or you get the bad.
Yep.
And that was a shit show.
Yep.
And then it's like, you know, now I'm with someone who's like, yo, pulling up on a dirt bike and let's go have a day. Like, you know, it's like absolutely the best. It's definitely.
I think everything happens for a reason.
Oh my God, absolutely.
I think everything happens for a reason, the good and the bad.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And those experiences is what builds you.
What makes you.
What makes you. You know what I'm saying? What don't break you, make you.
And, you know, that's the thing. Like, it's hard to hate any of my exes because I learned so much through them. That's what I take out of things that are bad. Like,
I cannot agree anymore.
You know,
my biggest thing is there's never. You know what the thing is? Even there's bad times in a relationship. Maybe there could be bad moments, a couple bad months, maybe. But there's not a bad relationship. If you don't learn something from that person that's in your life, if you don't take a positive, a silver lining out of it, and better yourself moving forward, I think it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a waste of time.
You know, at the end of the day, it's fun, love, and loyalty.
Yes.
Like, that's literally, like, I mean, that's what G and I go by. Like, we don't, there's, I don't know.
Fun, love, and loyalty. I love
literally.
that. I love that. Mike, can we get that on shirts? Fun, love, and loyalty. Can we put that on a shirt?
Yeah, why not?
Why not, right? Why not?
FLL.
What's Pac'n? Fun, love, and loyalty. I love that.
But, yeah, dude. No, he's good. He has, his own business, you know. He's Con Edison. He's a lineman.
He's Con Ed. We have a lot of Con Ed guys.
Yeah,
he
has his P&M pole line.
Yeah.
He's putting up poles, digging holes, slamming
digging
poles.
Digging holes, slamming poles, man.
Logo.
That's it. He's loving it.
I'm at the gym. People are like, "What does your shirt say?" I'm like, yeah. Did you want to read
digging holes,
it?
slamming poles? Come on. What do you mean, guy? Yeah, we have a lot of Con Ed guys. I tell you what. Close friend of ours, friend of the show, Brandon Knapp. He's a Con Ed guy. He's a Con Ed.
Love Con Ed. Shout out to Con Ed. Thanks for putting our power on.
I was just gonna say,
nice
those
egg,
guys
all
are
those
out
guys.
there. Rain, snow, sleet, hail, whatever it is.
Brophy.
Tom Brophy.
Oh yeah, Brophy. Tommy Irwin.
Tommy I. Tommy I, one phone
He's
call.
nice egg now.
Nice egg now.
He's upstate. I love it.
Yeah, remember Bob? One phone call. Tommy I, eh?
Love Tommy. He's like a brother.
Tommy's a great guy, man. Great guy.
She's wingman.
Love the whole Irwin family.
Yeah. Oh,
great
yeah.
Guys. They're all
So much respect
Chris,
for them.
Great guys, man. Really, they bust their ass.
Oh, yeah.
They bust their ass.
They do.
And so we're all local people. We try to keep the show as local as possible. Hometown. We like to talk about what's going on around us and our surroundings. You know, so Dana, we're gonna have Dana on with. She's gonna have some guests. She's gonna have some content. She's gonna be coming up with some segments going forward as everything goes on and we move on through the course of the journey of this show. On as we said before, our own pursuit of happiness.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through Dana's pursuit of happiness also.
Seriously.
This is what it's all about.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be
my
great.
first ever podcast. I can't even. I was so
This is what it's
excited.
about. Welcome to it.
I called you up and I was just like,
You're in the thick of it.
dude,
This is it.
this is it.
This is it. It's
Let's
like ripping
do
off
it.
a Band-Aid. You just
I'm
gotta do it.
fucking ready.
So we I just want to say welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining
Thank
me.
you.
And Sundays at 7, tune in, listen to what Dana has to say, listen to my take, Mike's input. Ain't that right, Mike?
Yes, sir.
Find out what's packing.
And now, that's
Really.
what's packing.
That's what's packing.
And as always, health, wealth, and happiness. And that's what's packing, y'all. We'll talk to everybody later.